guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my top 10 favorite Netflix shows. Well, shows that are on Netflix that I watched on Netflix. Like some of them you can probably watch other places because they're not Netflix originals. But I watch them on Netflix, alright. There's a ton of shows that I haven't watched on Netflix, so if there are like good ones that you guys know of, let me know down below because that'd be really cool. I love watching Netflix. It's so great. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I really like Netflix, and none of these shows are in any order except for the first one because the first one's my favorite show in the whole entire world. But I might go on a rant with this first one just because I feel very strongly about this show.
Sorry to interrupt, but throughout this whole video I sound nasally as heck as heck because I was sick when I filmed this. So if that's bothering you, then you can just stop watching this video. Oh my god, but it doesn't get any better. I'm sorry.
But that's alright. Okay, let's get started. So the first show that I highly recommend to you guys is Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds is my favorite show in the whole entire world. They have 14 seasons, but I haven't watched the last 2 seasons because they're not on Netflix and they're never gonna be on Netflix, so I don't know how I'm gonna watch them, but we can figure that out a different time. But so there's 12 seasons that's on Netflix, and it's a great show. So it's about this group of people that you get to know a lot in the show, but they work in the FBI in the Behavioral Analysis Unit, or the BAU, and they're also known as profilers. I don't know why I did profilers, but they're profilers, and they find serial killers.
I have a little bit more of an insight of what Criminal Minds has done to my life a little bit. Not done to my life, but you know what I mean. But it helped me figure out kind of what I want to do with my life. So I want to work in the FBI and in the BAU part of it and be a profiler like they were. It's one of the jobs that I want to be when I'm older. But there's a ton of jobs and I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I'm older, but that's one of the things that I would love to do. So this show just kind of helped me understand that's an option for a job, you know?
They find and catch serial killers, yeah. I really like this show because you can pretty much watch any episode without having to watch the episodes before that. So it's really nice if you just want to watch one from this season or one from that season. And it's still you can understand what's going on. But if you watch it in order, you can get more detail about what's actually going on with everyone, their whole life, and you really get to know these characters. And I've cried multiple times during this show. And it's some parts are a little scary, but other than that, it's still really good. I believe it's one of the most underrated shows ever. No one literally talks about it. No one. I've watched multiple of these Netflix shows, whatever, and none of them talked about Criminal Minds. And I was I was triggered a little bit, I gotta say. The next show, and the rest of these are not in order, I like them. They're good. So the next one is Shameless. I probably should not have watched Shameless. Some of the scenes are kind of raunchy and not the best, so I just kind of skip through those because disgusting. But the show is so good. It's about a family who lives in Chicago, and they live in the hood of Chicago. I'm not saying that to be mean, that's where they live. And they just but so their dad is a drunk. He's always drinking and doing drugs and stuff. And then there's 6 kids, and the oldest is Fiona, and she takes care of all these kids. They live in the house. They all have to try to pay money for the house. They all just work together to try to create their family to actually work and survive in life because they're poor. They have a ton of people they have to take care of, and yeah, this show goes through their struggles with just themselves in life and struggles with their family, and it's so good. It's really heartwarming. I guess that's not the right word to say, but yeah, I really like this show. Okay, so the next show is Vampire Diaries. Okay, I can't really go that in depth with it because I started watching it last night, and so Vampire Diaries is really good. I'm 10 episodes in, so not much. I think there's like 8. It's so good. I haven't started watching it until recently just because, like, I always thought it's not gonna be good. People, like, hype it up too much. It's gonna be so bad. Like, I haven't started watching Pretty Little Liars either because of that. I started watching it. It's one of my favorite shows in the whole entire world. Oh my god, it's literally so good. There's so many cute people in it, and you just, like, go through the life of, like, a vampire, and it's, like, really cool. And I, like, kind of wish vampires were real, and I kind of wish I was a vampire, you know? So if, like, you're a vampire, bite me. I want to be one too. That was gross. Okay. So, like, I can't really go into that much depth with that one. But this next one, you've probably watched it before. It's Stranger Things. Oh my god, it's so good. I, like, go through each season in, like, a day or two because it's just so good. I haven't watched it in a while, though, so I'm not going to really be able to go into depth. But it's about these kids who are, like, besties. They're all boys. And then a girl named Elle, like, comes and Mike falls in love with her. I love it so much. It's so cute. And it goes into, like, supernatural. Not, like, supernatural is not the right word. Just, like, monsters. There's monsters in it. And these kids have to deal with monsters. And it's so good. So, with all of these kind of scary shows, you gotta have, like, a good heartwarming show to watch at the end of the night when you're too scared to go to bed. So, for me, one of those shows is Young and Hungry. I'm dying. It's about this girl who is a cook, and she becomes the private chef for this really rich man who creates apps and is a web designer. I think that's the correct terminology. Probably not. And they, like, end up falling in love and having sex, and it's, like, really cute. And, like, it just goes through, like, her life of falling in love with him and trying not to fall in love with him and trying to get along with, like, his other, like, house workers, because there's, like, a maid and his assistant, and, like, him and his assistant the girl and the assistant don't really get along. It's really funny, and the girl lives with her best friend, and it's really cute, and they're, like, always besties, always gonna be besties. So yeah, it's really fun. So my next show is Queer Eye. When, like, you hear the name, it's like, ooh, I don't really want to watch that show. But this is another one of my shows I watch at the end of the night. It's about these 5 gay men who help. Usually it's, like, other men, but sometimes it's a girl. They go and they revamp the person, and usually, like, it's a, like, old man who's, like, doesn't have life going for him. He's, like one of them was, like, was an old man who has a girlfriend, wants to impress her, but, like, has a really bad house, really bad, like, sunburn or something, I don't know. So one of the men will teach him how to cook, the other will revamp his house, another one will teach him how to, like, groom himself and, like, self-care. Another one buys him clothes and teaches him how to dress nicer, and then the last one, it's, like, labeled culture, but he tries to make the person feel better about themselves and make them feel more confident. So I just think this show is really cute because they give you, like, good tips on just, like, everyday life and just, like, how to feel better about yourself, which, like, that's me. Okay, so next is Sex Education. This show, I watched it in literally a day. It's so freaking good. Sex Education is about a boy and his mom is a sex therapist. And it's just him and his mom, and he learns a lot about, like, sex while growing up. It's been kind of, like, an open conversation with him, but he still, like, doesn't love to talk about it with his mom. Okay, so it's just, like, about this boy, and he meets a girl named Maeve, and then they start to become sex therapists at their school, and they start to make a little bit of money off of that, and they end up falling in love, obviously, because that's how all shows go. And it's just, like, really cute, a really good show. I don't know, that's why it's in here. Okay. Next is Big Mouth. This is a cartoon, and, like, a lot of people don't really enjoy cartoons, but I thought this was so freaking funny. It's about this boy, well, these boys, 2 of them, and then there's this girl, but they have hormone monsters, and it's, like, a monster that comes when you're starting to go through puberty, and they just like end up having to deal with that. I don't really know how to describe it. They start to go through puberty, and one of them in like the first season, one of them goes through puberty and their hormone monster is terrible. But that was a really bad description. I don't know, just watch these shows. It's really good. Big Mouth is like a really quick show. It's like really good. I watched one of the seasons when like I was having my period at the worst, and it was the worst day of my whole entire life. But like that show made me feel so much better, because like I could relate to people, I guess. I don't really know. But yeah, okay. So my next show, my eye is watering. It's not called that, but my eye is just watering. My next show is Supernatural. I haven't finished it. I kind of took a break from it for like a year-ish. This show is also kind of like Criminal Minds, at the idea that you could just pick up an episode and start watching it. Just like a little bit. But it's like about these two boys who fight supernatural people, and their father did that too, and that's like how their mother died, and they just like fight crime and try to save people from being killed by supernatural things. And they like have to pretend to be like FBI agents at some points, and they just like lie a ton. Yeah, they're like bad people. They're not bad people, but they like don't do the greatest things to help people, if that makes any sense. So the last show is End of the Effing World. This show, you've probably heard of it. You've probably heard of most of these shows. I don't know. But this show is about this boy and this girl, and the girl starts to talk to the boy, and she like wants to like date him and stuff. But the boy just wants to kill her. Like, he's a psychopath. He wants to kill the girl. So he just keeps hanging out with her, and they end up like running away and just like doing bad things. But throughout this whole time, he's just planning on killing her. Like, he's always carrying a knife. But then I can't remember how it ends, because I finished it like whenever it first came out. Yeah, they kind of just like go to this person's house and start living there for a little bit. But she just like kind of wants to he kind of just wants to kill her. So it's like this kind of big thing. It's cute. I like it. The ending was, I'm starting to remember the ending now. It was really cute. So I'm pretty sure that's 10 shows, because I wrote it down on my Mac. But thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment down some more Netflix shows, or like also Hulu shows, because I have Hulu now. That's great. So please let me know some shows that you guys enjoy watching on Netflix, and I would really enjoy that. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Woo! Ew, I hated everything of that. Okay, bye guys.